All right, I want you to have your scratch game open and I want you to look at something. Depending on what character you chose to be the one that you are moving during your chase game. For example, mine is the shark. This is the one that is being controlled by the left and right arrows. Okay, and I'm going to stop it now for a moment just so. So, the thing that looks weird, and depending on what shape you're using, if it has a distinct like way that it's facing. So my shark, you'll notice, is facing in one direction. So that works when I'm using the right arrow. But when I use the left arrow, it looks like he's swimming backwards. And up and down just doesn't look quite as realistic. So here's what I want you to play with. Okay. There is under motion, there is something called point in direction. Okay. Now it's set at 90. So let's just look at right arrow. If I just say point in direction 90, that behaves. Okay. So do the same thing, point in direction, but now I want it to turn around. So if I say go negative 90 or the other way, let's see what that looks like. Okay, that's weird because now it turned upside down. We're going to come back and fix that in a minute because that's going to take a little more work. For the up arrow, let's click on this. If 90 degrees was facing right, I think 0. Let's see if that'll do the trick. All right, that looks good. Okay, and then grab another point in direction and let's set that at 180 so that it's facing down. Okay, so up and down look good, right looks good, left looks awkward because it's upside down. So you might find a better way to do this, but here's what I did. I went in under costumes, and what I did is I added a shark that's facing the other direction. Okay. So what I ended up doing was copying this one. Okay. And I kind of painted over one of these because right now I didn't see where I could create another one. Maybe it. So I just went here, I pasted the new one there, and I used a flip horizontal like that. Okay. Now notice this costume is called Shark 2A. My original is Shark 2B. So when I go back to my code for the left arrow, what I want to do is change the looks by switching my costume. Okay. And I'm going to pick the A. So now let's see what happens. Okay, this is totally okay. Up and down. Now stuff got totally mixed up. Okay, so now we might have to do a little more troubleshooting here and say, okay, let's make sure everything else is using the Shark B costume. Let's see if we can make that work. Shark B, except for the left arrow. So let's see. Right arrow looks good. Up arrow looks good. Down arrow looks good. Left arrow, totally messed up. So here's what I'm going to do. Now let's play around with this direction. Okay. If I set it equal to 0 and use my left arrow, come back here. Okay. Totally weird because it's rotated. It's pointing down now, and I really want it to go in a different direction. So start playing with it. Because it's already facing, it was already facing to the left. And right now it's showing this way. So let's try positive 90. It's very counterintuitive, but now it's working. Okay. Play around with those if you have a character that is not facing the right direction when you switch your arrows. Start with point in direction, and then if something looks weird, go and play with the costumes on your sprite. I frankly am not that familiar with, now here's just my object, that star sprite. I'm not sure that it has a whole lot of other ones, so you might have to do some creativity and see what you come up with. see what happens. Okay? Good luck. Have some fun. Keep working on your animate, or I should say, chase game. All right? Good luck.